Previously on Road to Empress. The Imperial Palace, a place where through my ability to go back and make different choices, I've died precisely 17 times. Having arrived at the palace as a low-ranked concubine, I am simultaneously stuck between a big asshole and her dog, a person who's outright trying to kill me, another who I saw secretly hating the Emperor and also wants to kill me, and my own auntie, who's killed me possibly more than anyone else if I prove troublesome. Having helped at knife point the Prince of Whey Protein force the imprisonment of his own brother via means of gay lover who worked for him and then subsequently betrayed and murdered. I'm completely sure nothing bad will happen to me this time. I watch these cool videos you get at the end of each chapter where you can kind of see things that you weren't privy to. We get the nice prince. He's so handsome, and it seems he's not as nice as he lets on, showing two very different sides. On the surface, a meek little puppy, and also someone who kind of fucks. Nice. Prince of Whey Protein ponders whether to murder me, which he has done 3 times in different timelines, but this dork can't bring himself to give the order. Am I too useful, or do I make his heart thump, or perhaps his knob hard? It's hard to say with men. We see the gay lover Jin's pass with the crown prince, and what a loss of a national treasure. No, I don't mean as a musician, but rather his marvellous hair. He gave him the name Always Be Happy. Okay, I wonder what my name means. Oh. I really hope we don't get a bonus video of what I was doing earlier. Jin actually saw his family killed as someone wanted his family's special song, which is apparently like a secret composition only known to a certain clan, as they don't perform on streets like aspiring musicians or the mentally ill, so the only way you could possibly hear one is to pay them for a visit and a performance. A governor knew that the crown prince loved music, so tried to force the composition out of the family. They refused, and everyone was slaughtered. Jin kills the governor who did it, and is saved by the Prince of Whey Protein, who I believe tells him that the crown prince's love of music is what doomed his house, unknowingly making officials murder entire clans to gain the favour of the future emperor, and thus his vengeance isn't fully complete. What a prick. But honestly, I respect the hustle. Jin's actor is really, really good, and I have no fucking clue what he's saying. He could be calling me a fat pussy for all I know, and I'd be like, bravo, bravo, what a performance. He becomes the Crown Prince's lover at Whey Protein's instructions, but he confides in the Crown Prince that his goal is to gain vengeance for the death of his family, unaware that he is the final person on the list. Oh no. He had no idea that the governor did that just to get music, and pledges to assist him in any way he can, and this explains why regardless of whether he actually cared for the prince as a gay lover, was also reluctant in the end, because he's actually a really nice guy. It turns out that the crown prince lost his noble rank and was imprisoned for his rebellion, but poison took his true love. Whey Protein not leaving any witnesses, except, me. Oh shit. Royal family plays ice hockey, I think, and the Emperor and the Prince start going at it. This little sneaky bugger hits the ball at me so he can interact with me. I figured it would be funny to not pick it up and stare at it, drooling, but sadly it loops for eternity. My new band name, by the way. I tell him his painting is sick and cool, and Whey Protein is giving me death eyes from across the rink. Doggy is back, and HB gets a slap, and it's even funnier if you pretend it came from the dog. HB tells Dogwoman that my family framed hers, which is pretty fucking stupid to do, giving easily the most manipulative woman in the history of the palace your supervillain origin story. I'm reading a book on how to be a woman, which reads as though Republicans wrote it, saying that obedience to your husband is your priority. Hey, Huey, who tries to teach me gambling. The dancing consort who tried to kill me is gone after dying of dysentery, aka shit her pants. Wait, why am I being taken, and some arsehole shoved me in prison? Oh no, not the garlic bread again, I don't want to die. I meet a maid who's clearly comic relief. She just leans back and sleeps like some sort of vampire. Oh, Auntie, come save me. Auntie is outraged at my detention, though I think it's more that it's disrespectful to her than any harm coming to me. Knowing Dogwoman is just looking for a reaction, she just leaves me to fend for myself, which means I think I just eat rats in the corner for the time being. This is Rui, and she will be my court jester. She ended up in prison and she's basically said that the Dogwoman wasn't fine shit compared to the old Empress. Pussy sighting alert! Pussy sighting alert! Snowy the cat gets his own little character card, which was cute, and the princess comes in. And Snowy is like, "Unhand me, vixen." I trick this dumbass into taking a pill, saying her crush will fall for her if she takes it, but you can only have it if you let me out. She says sure, but I'm keeping this girl as hostage. Okay. I go to flex on Dogwoman with my newfound freedom and bestie, who went around to the Emperor with a free yayo shirt like Eminem. None of us have had the Empress cummies yet, something that's taken me 4 takes to not die from cringe from saying, so we have to serve other consorts. I get sent to a total shithole, which I'm pushed into. Oh, that's weird. Someone who looks just like her. I didn't listen and said the word aunt to her, and it gets me killed. I say my auntie is actually a stinky bitch, and this woman, who probably has syphilis and has lost her mind, really appreciates it. Clearly the Dogwoman thought she'd just kill me. It seems that this woman was used by her sister, my auntie, to deal all in blood and just throw me away when it was all over. Like a tampon, I guess. I displeased the crazy woman by saying I think my auntie's just a piece of shit rather than doing something for a reason, and she's like, "Oh, how naive," and stabs me. She wants to have bad auntie kill her so she can become a ghost and haunt her, which I think is marvellous levels of pettiness. I'm like, "We gotta make it look like you hate me to trick everyone." And I'm like, "Oh, auntie, you wouldn't believe what they did to me." Fell for it. We get some bonus clips. Rui is like, "Oh, she's definitely not coming back for me. Oh well, time for sleeps." The Crown Prince is revealed to be the one to lure the cat into the prison, to give me a chance to meet the princess. This guy is easily the most dangerous, and I say that with whey protein around. Whey actually wasn't bothered about my confinement, being like, "Nah, she's got some cojones, she'll make it out." I'm the princess's +1 at the hunt as my new bestie. "Oh, it's the princes. Aren't they handsome?" I avoid bestie's question about picking a favourite prince, quite tactfully I may say. A marvellous steed is brought, and it's so wild it's nearly killed every person to try and tame it. Unfortunately for this bitch, I speak horse, and oh, it kicked me in the face. Oops. I go with the give me a whip, hammer and dagger. Apparently I'm a right fucking psycho, and say, well, it's a wild horse, so you have to show it life or death. If it disobeys, I whip it. If it disobeys, I hit it with a hammer, and if it does it again, it dies by my dagger. The Emperor is like, "God damn, bitch, you crazy. You know what? I'm in. I'm going to give you a new name," which I realise is pretty much what I do on this channel. Mian Yang is my new name. Apparently I've been here for years as his secretary, and he's only just learnt my name. Arsehole. The name is just a trendy song at the time, which is like being named Pink Pony Club or a Flow Rider song. We begin the hunt and Wei considers shooting his brother. I save the prince by basically smoking him off the top of the horse with a body check when his horse goes all crazy. I use the opportunity at the doctor's to get some CeraVe moisturiser. Yes, I will take a sponsorship, thank you, and I made good on getting Rui out. I go to the menu and learn that every character has special bonus videos. My first one is getting the shit beat out of me by my brothers. Harsh memories of me back at the wolf cave as a pup. We check back in with these two gossipers who are just having loads of fun eating dumplings and melon. She's like, "Oh, you know what I've realised? I'm all looks and no brain. How am I going to survive this?" She's called Kiki, and she's my new favourite. She's also like, "I'd wish I'd come to the palace later, so I could get with one of the handsome younger princes." Am I right, sis? She's gutted about having to do shifts like a true unemployed queen. And they're like, "You know what? The other consorts are all stuck in politics and intrigue and are completely fucked. But no one wants to kill us. All we do is sit around, eat melon and gossip, so let's just have a good time instead." The real stars of the show being the dog and the cat get some bonus clips. Looking forward to their true battle for the throne between the pair. Oh shit, he does his own stunts. Bestie the prince says, "Oh, I have a replacement hairpin for you that you broke on the horse." And I say, correctly, that it came from the Prince of Jin, which it did. And the princess is like, "Oh, do you two have a thing?" And he's all bashful. I almost forgot he can be a mean bastard for a second. I'm a bit worried about whey protein being jealous, and I get sent to His Majesty for the first time. Oh, he's so handsome. Does this lock me out of Suncock, by the way? Do they allow tunnel buddies in ancient China? I get the option to make the best of it and make sure he never forgets me. Therefore, I elect to give him the best shag of his life. I get a final ending here, where I get pregnant, play the two princes off each other until my son takes the throne when he comes of age. Then he subsequently poisons me and I die. Ugh. I try the terrible shag option as I think the Emperor will just forget me anyway. I get to see the prince's reaction to my summons. The nice prince is pretty glum about it, and we see a little nugget about him learning about whey protein was behind his horse going crazy, And he's like, alright, it's time, let's do this, motherfucker. Wei is chilling at the Chinese equivalent of the GTA 6 strip club, and he looks pretty pissed off about my summons, honestly. I call HB a slag for the bants. Jin, or as I'm going to call him, Jim, asks his uncle to support him becoming the crown prince. Then in private he shows his true nature. Jim's guard threatens me, and I help him hide when Prince of Whey Protein comes. This should hopefully divert his attention from me. Apparently I'm pulling the classic hide a porn mag in the book technique, as I'm reading the Histories of Conquest rather than the Republican Obedience of a Woman book. And he's like, oh, that's so fucking hot. The historical equivalent of feet pics for him. He asks why I stopped his plan, and I was like, shit dog, I didn't know. And he gives a final warning to stay out the way, as well as that CeraVe cream I wanted. Still want that endorsement deal, by the way. The guard comes back and he just gets ready to kill my ass to be safe. I figured I'd be like, if I wanted Jim dead, that I could have let the horse buck him. He says not funny, didn't laugh.
Here we go. Not funny.
And cuts me just to be safe. Okay, let's try the tested technique of shit-talking people to their face. And so far it's been 100% successful. And what do you know? It worked. He is punished with 50 lashes for stepping out of line. He makes a really good point here and says that she stopped Whey Protein's scheme, and usually he would kill anyone who fucks it up. And yet, what do you know? I'm not dead. Jim is like, good point, King. I think I might know. I hang out with Bestie, and she won't tell me who her crush is. Hee hee hee. Bonus video. Dog Woman has a weakness. She had a secret daughter when His Highness was away. What? But he's so handsome! I double back here in the timeline, mainly to see if I can not shag the Emperor and live. Donga says I'm special. I may have lost my chance, though I get to see the prince's reactions. My fave character comes for a good gossip, gives HB a good humph. I don't think this choice of the shag matters in the grand scheme of things, so I do quickly go to see what happens if you don't protect Jim on the horse. Instead, he comes off the horse, and oh no, Jim is dead. The supporters of the original Crown Prince are framed and executed for this plot, leaving Whey Protein to take the throne. You, along with the other consorts without children, are sent to become nuns. It seems that he didn't really care that much for me, and didn't even call me once, not even an emoji or a meme, although you do doubt why you were left alive, despite knowing so much. Maybe this was his own romantic way of acknowledging his feelings, as fleeting as they were. Why did the sky shift near my kite? Hopefully not about to be electrocuted via key, but this sky omen, which I think is a partial eclipse, is a portent of doom. This horoscope dude is like a woman called Wu will usurp the dynasty. Wait a sec, I'm Wu. Nice. Oh, no, wait, fuck! Dog Woman is upset that I'm wearing the same colours. I have the options to basically beg for forgiveness, be a little snark, or derobe. I'd rather not get my tits out for oh the shame, so I try flattery, despite knowing full well it's not going to work. Oh, it does work. I am going to get a good slapping though. Rui says, nah, fuck me up instead fam, and I notice a cut on the guard's hand. I ask if she's okay as I'm not a total arsehole, and I give her the rest of my CeraVe cream. I hope I'm collecting the Palace Avengers with Rui, cool guard chick and syphilis aunt. Not exactly the best starting five in the NBA, but we'll try. The prophecy is spread throughout the kingdom by Dog Woman, and they are like, a woman? Ruling us? Ha! They can't even parallel park! All the members of the Wu clan are taken, and Bestie has got my back, and she literally ends up grounded, which is quite funny. Woman ruler Wu must be found. I can sit tight or do nothing, or get the other Wu woman to push back. This is obviously going to get me targeted as the leader Wu and die, so I figured I'd sit this one out. I decide to just outright say to the horoscope guy that I'm woman ruler Wu, just to get a private audience. He gives me one chance to sway him. I figured I'd go with misogyny or fear of God. Firstly, let's try female emperor, haha, gross. It doesn't work, sadly, so I play the God card. And I'm like, would you defy the gods? Using my sick knowledge of history and an old clan and forcing a self-fulfilling prophecy which got the previous emperor overthrown. And he's like, you speak true. I get the order rescinded and I assume someone nice would come to see me, but unfortunately, it's HB. She's a total shithead as usual and asked me to beg for her help by cur-towing, which apparently is not when you tow a cur for illegally parking. I know full well that she's going to laugh and leave me anyway, so I once more tell her to go suck some eggs. I say, how about I tell them that you're my accomplice if you do something? She goes to strangle me, and oh, it's Jim. He's so handsome. And Bestie. And Bestie makes her beg, and makes her keep doing it until she gives exact permission to stop. They come to save me, and we pretty much have to basically pick a scapegoat. And I know the middle option will get cool guard woman killed, so I figured just pick a feminine general. I do this surprisingly chirper, and no one bats an eye. They agree to finding the person so fast that I figure it's Jim trying to get rid of one of his brother's generals, which he promptly does. I don't think this is going to go well for me when whey protein gets back. Horoscope guy was unfortunately demoted and forced to do a big suey. Ooh, tough break, my man. Thought you could have looked to the stars and seen that one coming. Huey is back, and she was pulling for my release because she's my good friend. Kiki, my fave, takes the piss out of HB for having a swollen forehead from kowtowing for so long. Dogwoman wants a chat, and she doesn't let me pet the dog. Oh. She asks why I think she picked me, and I'm like, it's because you're a big asshole. And she's like, yep, too right, sister. I'm going to do that because the others will be resentful that you've gained power so quickly because of your friendship with Bestie. She asked me to put something in my auntie's food, and we have some potentially very funny options. Naturally, for the memes, I chug the poison, and the main character's like, for fuck's sake, and breaks the fourth wall. Second, I smash the poison because I'm a gangster and flat out call her on her bullshit. This, seems like it might have actually been the right move and not a meme, so I hit her hard and fast and say I know about your secret daughter to really fuck her up. I'm absolutely rattling her, and I tell her where the child is. I have to bring her proof, unfortunately, of finding her daughter as she cuddles Doggo. I have a month, or I'm going to die. I prank the fuck out of HB and her swole ass head, saying she was chosen to get the girls off my back. Me and Huey kick it playing whatever game this is. Warhammer, I think. I'm like, for once, it's my turn to make a move. Wait, so pranking HB was the way to go? Ha! What a bitch! Bonus videos to end. Bestie wants to get the Empress some new boots. I reckon some Air Force Ones. The garden is the most deadly place in the palace, and Bestie comes from behind and jump scares me, triggering my PTSD from my constant deaths. What will happen next? Who's going to shit themselves and die? Find out next time on I've Committed to This.